Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, I'm showing you guys how to swap out a square taper bottom bracket for an external bearing bottom bracket. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So behind me we have my Poseidon Norton here. So the Poseidon Norton comes with a square taper bottom bracket from the factory. Now, square taper bottom bracket, nothing wrong with them at all. They work. Tons of bikes have them. I have tons of bikes up here that have them, especially these ones with a steel bearing in them. They work pretty good. No problems at all. I've ridden them for years and years and years. This one's failed on me. I don't know why. It's making clicking sounds and it's not good. I don't know what's going on. Well, I put about 100 miles on it, it's already dead. Probably have a fluke or it just doesn't like me. It's probably more the case. So today what we went ahead and we bought ourselves a external bearing bottom bracket and then the crank set to go along with it. So we went ahead and ordered these and we're going to be swapping out the original setup on here, seeing how much that weighs and then comparing it to how much this weighs and see if we're losing any weight and show you guys how simple this should be. I've never actually done this before, so we're actually learning together here, but I've seen it enough to know how this is going to work together. So what's the benefit of going for an external bearing bottom bracket versus just a replacement square taper? So what the external bearing bottom bracket does is put the bearings farther out on the crank arm spindle. With that supporting more of the load on there, making it a little bit of stiffer bottom bracket. There's a few things to it that make it a little bit better, but again, like I said, if you want to stick with what you have there and just buy a new replacement square taper, it's gonna work perfectly fine. We're just trying something out completely different here. So let's go ahead, we'll move over to the bike. First thing you're gonna have to do is gonna have to take off the pedals. I've already cracked mine loose, but we're gonna get over here, take the pedals off, and we'll start tearing apart the old square taper to get ready to install our new shiny stuff. So like I said, first thing we gotta do is take off our pedals. Now I've already cracked these loose. It's a lot easier to crack them loose if it's on the ground, because you gotta put a lot of pressure in these to actually get them to come off. So I've already cracked them loose. We're just gonna do nicely loosen them the rest of the way, and then we're gonna set them off to the side. Put that off there, grab our other one here. There we go, got both of our pedals off, ready to start tearing stuff apart here. After that, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna pop our clutch loose back here. That way we can pull the chain forward, get the chain off of our chain ring. Now you can see it just spins. I mean, it spins freely, but something's making noise in there. And when I was stepping on one side of the pedal, every time the right side went down, you'd hear a creak, and it was coming from right here. I don't know if I can get it to do it. Oh, there's movement. I can feel the movement. It has a very slight amount of movement. So we'll move on to here. That's why we're replacing this guy, is because it has not only movement, which you can't really notice, but it makes noise, and I hate noises on bikes. So next up, we're gonna grab our 8mm here, just pop it into our end bolt here, and we're going to put our crank arm on the right side, Allen key on the left, and we're gonna push down just like so to crack that guy loose. These ones should be pretty decent tight, not super ridiculous like pedals, but should be decently tight. These are actually cool bolts, they're black. Okay, there's one side. I'm gonna go ahead and do our other side as well. Same process. Once we have that done, you're gonna need a crank arm puller for a square taper. So if you see right here, it kind of has threads on the outside. There's actually a thread into the arm itself. And then as you tighten up down here, a little plunger is gonna pop out. That's gonna push against the bottom bracket and essentially push your crank arm off. So we'll go here at this. Comes in a bunch of different styles. This is a style I've had for years and it works fine. So we're just gonna screw that guy right in there until it bottoms out. And then we'll screw in our plunger there. There we go, and I believe this is an 8mm as well, for my case, there we go. And then we're going to do kind of the same deal, and we can push the crank arm one way, and push our Allen key the other way, just like so. These have never been off since it was made, so these are on there good, which I do like. And then once you have it all off, and push the crank arm off, there you go. You've got it set, all set to go. Then we just have to repeat that on the other side. Nice and simple and easy. And you're done with your crank arm puller. So you can set this guy off to the side. After that, you're gonna need a bottom bracket tool right here. I actually don't know which one this is. Oh, this is the Park Tool BBT32. is what we need, and that's just going to fit essentially right into those teeth on your bottom bracket. And then we grab in my case, a big old adjustable wrench. I'm gonna put that on there, and if I remember right, one side is reverse threaded. There it goes. And like I don't know if I mentioned, those things are in there pretty solid. So I'm gonna go ahead, got that popped out. You're definitely gonna have to put some body weight into them. Come out, and they should nicely unthread. And here's one side. Can ya? Wow. Oh, you can hear it. Here. Yeah, see, that's the sound it's making right there. It must have gotten some dirt, you know, possibly some dirt in the bearings. There's that guy. Other side. Should just be able to unscrew this guy by hand on this side. So yeah, so it is, the drive side is reverse threaded. The non-drive side is normal threaded. There you go. So all that side is just this cup right here. And that's what adjusts the preload on your bearings, is this guy right here. So cup on this side, other side had essentially the whole bottom bracket all together. Once you have those set, we're just gonna clean up in there. We're gonna go ahead and weigh the old one versus the new one, just to be out of curiosity if there's any weight savings here. But we're gonna weigh them, see if there's any difference, clean this up, and we'll get something like the new one in here. Alright, so weights. So let's go ahead, I'm gonna do pounds first. So we'll put our old crank arms on there, go with the old bottom bracket. Stay, stop. Alright, so old stuff, looking at 2 pounds, 1.6 ounces, which comes out to 952 grams. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this guys off. Alright, and then we'll grab our new crank arms. So we're fully ported up here. Put that guy on there, throw our bottom bracket on. Alright, we are looking at 1 pound, 13.5 ounces, which comes out to 835 grams. So is that, we're saving like 100 grams or something like that? So realistically, they're about the same. I mean, it really doesn't. They don't feel much different, to be fair. They really don't feel that much different. I mean, this isn't necessarily a super high quality external bearing setup. This is an Amazon setup here, but it does make a little bit of a difference. But I mean, I'm not here for weight savings. Let's be real here. I'm here to make some differences here in performance-wise. So, goodbye old stuff. Let's go throw the new stuff on the bike. Okay, so first thing we want to do with the new bottom bracket, we want to go ahead and grease up the bottom bracket threads in the frame. Throw some good grease in there. This helps make sure it comes out again next time you need to take it out, and it helps prevent any kind of creaking and stuff like that, metal on metal contact. So get some good grease into the threads there on both sides. There we are. And then after that, we got our bottom bracket here. So our bottom bracket of this guy essentially is 3 different pieces plus some spacers. So you have a bearing for each side, the middle piece in the middle spacer here, and then you have, this one comes with 3 spacers. So this side, so they are left and right-handed threads. Okay, so right hand's gonna go here, left hand's gonna go on this side. So let's go ahead, we're gonna try and leave just 1 spacer on this side for the moment. So we should be able to get over there, and we're gonna just hand tighten that guy in all the way into the frame. Just like so. And then we're gonna try 1 spacer on this side as well. Let's see how that works. Get that guy hand tight there. And so what that's gonna do is essentially when we put our actual crank arm in there, at least the spacer on this side, I don't know if we really need a spacer on that side or not. So this side, we can feed it right on through there. Should be able to, there it goes. That actually looks about right. Oh, what's that? No noise? What? So this is gonna help get our chain line away from essentially the frame. So in this case, that actually might work pretty decent here. I think that's about where the old one was. Yeah. I'm gonna try and take off the spacer on the other side. This side we want to make sure there's enough of the teeth on here that the crank arm can slide on and lock on this side, and I think that's pretty good. That actually looks pretty good right there. So I think we can just get away with one spacer on just the drive side. And we'll go ahead, we'll slide on one guy there. Dude, yes, all right. I like that, that actually looks really good. We're looking pretty good here. Let's go ahead and pull our chain back off of here. That way we can pull our chain ring off to tighten down our actual bearings here. So that we can, let's go ahead, pop this arm off, if we can. Rock it back and forth a little bit, there it goes. All right, that arm's off. Let's slide this whole side out of here. Then we get our bottom bracket tool. In the case of this is a Holotech 2, is what standard this is. So we got a Holotech 2 wrench here. I gotta make sure I actually put this on the right way because it's reverse. So we just gotta kind of slide that onto the teeth where it needs to go. And we just gotta get this guy nice and tight. And I don't know if it actually gives it. There it is. 35 to 50 Newton meters. Big boy. You don't want this guy coming loose. Otherwise you're having a bad day. Alright. That one feels pretty good. Go ahead and grab this side, same thing. There we go with that. I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of grease right in here. This make me happier. Alright, now it's time to throw this guy together for the last time. Throw that guy through. Stop, got stuck on something. Let's see, let's try again. There we go. Okay. Get our other arm. There it goes. All right. Woo! Looking solid. We got one more thing to do. So, on this side, the side you guys can't see, there's a threaded insert into the arm of that crank arm. So we have a little plastic threaded nut, bolt, whatever you might call it, bolt. And then we got a little tool that came with this that you put in there, and this is actually what's going to preload those bearings in this case. So, because it's plastic, come on, because it's plastic, we don't need to use any grease on there, because it's just plastic. And we're going to get that in there, and we're just going to go ahead and tighten that guy up some. This guy's just preloading a little bit on those bearings. Not a whole bunch, just a little bit. Feel like that's a bit much. So we'll go back it off just a hair. Alright, once that's done, there are two pinch bolts right here, which are 5 millimeters. So we're going to tighten both of those guys up evenly, preferably. We're going to go ahead and throw our chain back on. Alright, now that we've got crank arms, our chain is back on. We're just going to grab our pedals that we had on here before, because we're putting the exact same pedals back on. We're going to just clean up our threads a little bit on here. All cleaned up. Throw some new grease on here, and we're going to very carefully thread these back into our new crank arms. Oh, alright. Cool, and there we have it. New crank set all installed on the bike. Let's go take it for a test drive and see if it feels any different at all, if it feels about the same. Alright, so quick test ride around the block with the new crank set on here. It feels good. My click is gone, which is what I was really aiming for, the click in the creek that the old one had. That's gone, it feels good. It does feel a little stiffer is the word. I guess you could use stiffer as a good word. Just throughout the whole bottom bracket area, it feels a little stiffer. I don't know if that's placebo of what people have said, but it does feel stiffer, I guess is a word you can use. I spent $50 on this crank set, so I'm not expecting miracles from this to happen. It was really to try something out, and I've heard people have had good luck with this one. This is the IXF crank set off of Amazon. I'm going to have a link in the description down below if you guys want to check out the crank set. I mean, it works. It works good. It feels good. I'll let you guys know how it goes as I continue to ride this bike. Obviously, I don't ride this bike easily, hence the fork. I don't ride this bike very easily, so if something's gonna happen to this, it's gonna happen to this. We now know how to convert this and make it work with a external bearing bottom bracket setup, so we can always figure out a new setup to go on this at a higher end setup if we need to in the future. But for right now, seems to work pretty good. It has the snail chainring on the front. We'll see how that lasts. The last snail chainring I had was the oval chainring on the Superfly. That one actually got bent because I smacked it on something. So we'll see how this chainring does, but we're gonna ride it for now. See how everything works. It seems to be working pretty good though. So I'm pretty happy with it. I will for sure keep you guys updated on how well this crankset works out in the bottom bracket as well. So if you guys enjoyed the video, or at least learned something from today's video, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering any questions you have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.